Hi, this is Marielle from Simply Finance, and you're watching Simply Finance TV, a safe space for open, honest, and insightful discussions about finance. In today's episode, we are simplifying the art of decluttering and how it positively affects your financial life with professional home organizer and newly published author, Issa Guico Reyes. Hi, Issa.
Hi,
Thanks
Marielle.
for being on the show. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Congratulations on your new book, by the way,
Thank
Meat
you.
Obsession. Can you tell me what inspired you to write this book?
So basically, when I started the page, it's merely just to reach out to other moms and show them what I do here at home. But little did I know that it will evolve into something else because there are, like you,
Me. I got your services.
single professionals who are also interested in keeping their space clean and neat. So the book is, I got inspired writing it because I know that I can reach out to more homemakers and help them give out some tips and techniques on how they can maintain their homes neat and clean.
Yeah, I know your book is all about how to start your journey in organizing, productivity, and happiness. So, what are your tips to people who want to start organizing their space?
So in the book, I created a technique that is specific to Pinoy homes. You know how Pinoys are very emotional and attached, right? Sometimes we tend to regret a lot of things pa. So the technique that I created is somehow a kinder approach on how you can organize at home. So basically, it's just 3 steps.
Okay.
And it's sorting, detaching,
Okay.
and rehoming.
Okay, sorting, detaching, and rehoming.
Yes. So in sorting, so basically you just have to sort out your things, categorize it, and understand it. Because if you're going to do decluttering first, it's a highly emotional task.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard, you
Yeah.
know, parang people are having a hard time talaga identifying whether that item should remain in their lives.
Yeah.
So I made it a point na the first step is objective.
Okay.
You know, it's objective and it'll make you very efficient. Because you just have to sort your things.
Yeah.
So, walang emotions
Yeah.
attached
Yeah.
to it. And then, when you are done with the sorting, you move towards detaching, where decluttering and reowning happens. Kasi minsan nawawala sa equation yung reowning the items.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're too parang engrossed with the idea of decluttering that we throw things that are actually important.
Okay.
Diba?
Yeah.
Since your items are already sorted out, you get to have like a visual inventory of what you own. So the process of elimination is easier, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to ask one by one if that item is important, right? Kasi kita mo na agad, I have 10 pairs of pants.
Yeah.
So, dalawa lang naman yung sinusuot ko. So, you can easily let go of 8, right? And then, in the rehoming part is where you put back the items to where it belongs. So, it's really coming up with an efficient system.
Yeah.
And a technique that is easy to follow.
Yeah. I love that you've created systems with how you do your decluttering and organizing, because in my financial planning sessions with my clients, I always try to help them create systems for themselves, because I feel that once you've created a system that works, then that's when you can really improve your life. So as a KonMari consultant in training, and I'm so jealous you met Marie Kondo, how does the act of decluttering and organizing your space positively affect your life?
I actually put in the book reasons why you need to be neat.
Okay.
And one of it is you want to avoid overthinking. You know, there are a lot of stressors already outside, and there are things that you can't control, but definitely the items that you own, you can control it.
Yeah.
So if you are organized, then you can avoid overthinking. Meaning, like, you're almost mechanical as to how you move around your house.
Yeah.
Like, if you need to find your keys, you know where to find it, and not really spend so much time. How many mornings na gumising ka looking for your house keys na ending nag-grab ka na kasi hindi mo siya
Oh my
makita,
God.
right? But if you have like specific areas where to put your items, then at least you have that covered.
Yeah.
You know, parang at least there is an area in your life that you know is well managed, right?
So So parang when you manage that aspect of your life, the others will definitely follow na parang everything else follows, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a lot of people actually don't know is that Issa was the one that actually got me into this industry, in this financial planning world. And honestly, you know, I fell in love with the whole career when she introduced it to me. So with that in mind, Issa, can you share with us any of your top tips in organizing your finances?
Well, what works for me is really, because I'm a visual person.
Yeah.
So definitely it helps that I track my finances. It's just a simple Excel file that I have. Sometimes I write it in my notebook.
Yeah.
And as long as I can see where my finances go, it helps me be on track. It's hard, like if you're just doing it in your head, ang hirap na nga mag-math eh, diba?
Yeah.
So, parang if it will be really helpful if you have something na you can look at and understand how your money works for you, right? Kasi mahirap if hindi mo siya nakikita, mahirap if hindi mo siya nasusundan kung paano gumagalaw. Kasi nga, ang ending is, you know, it's either baon ka sa utang, or you don't have the right investments, and sometimes parang, it's always thinking about parang, I'm always paycheck to paycheck. Parang ganun na lang, right? But the important thing is also tracking, like, meron ba akong nasisave? Kasi important yun, especially that I have kids. Before, okay lang na walang savings. Kasi wala namang umaasa sa akin eh. But right now, I have to think that I also have these little people who depends on me. And, you know, more than myself, I have to ensure that they're okay. So savings is really important. Investment also is very important.
Like for me, honestly, I also like really just use Google Sheets because I feel those apps and other things really are too overwhelming for me. I like to keep it simple. And I also tell my clients that find what works for you. Because they always ask me like, can you send me a sheet or can you send me like an app that you recommend? I'm like, honestly, you need to find a system talaga that works for you.
That you understand.
Yeah, that
kasi
you
sometimes
understand.
the formulas, parang it's too overwhelming.
It really has to like be tailored fit for you.
Correct.
So speaking of kids, so have you already started teaching your children? Because they're all under like 10. Yeah, they're all under 10 years old. So have you started teaching them about saving and the importance of money?
We do. Well, at least for my kids, no. It's important that they understand how money works. Diba? Kasi parang if they feel na parang parating meron, it's kind of hard how you're going to explain na parang no. It's not always available. And I want them to understand the idea that money is input-output. You know, if you put something out there, then there is a reward to it. Diba? Ganun yung sistema ng money eh. So, for me, like for my kids, if they want something, I ask them, like, what are your top 3 choices? Like, for example, they want to buy a toy.
Okay.
So, what are your top 3? And then in their top 3, we will tell them that, okay, you can only choose one.
Okay.
So that at least they have that concept of you cannot have everything. Right? At the same time, we do reward system. Like if you do good deeds, then you will have what you want.
It's like working.
So it's like working because at least they understand that when you get money, it should be out of good deeds. Right? And not because parang one time naghugas ka ng pinggan and that's it. Diba? So, or nagtantrums ka and parang you want to get it and, you know, parang mas maganda if children will understand how money really works. And it's something that, you know, they should responsibly get it. As how our parents say it, diba? Napupulot sa daan. Hindi siya ganon. And also, kumbaga, we're very open. Like, we tell our kids, ano yung trabaho namin, ano yung ginagawa namin, and it's not just, you know, sitting. Especially now, kita nila ngayon kung paano kami nagtatrabaho, diba? So, parang, we let them understand that it's not just, you know, sitting and talking to people. So, we really try as much as possible to let them know what work means and how money comes in.
I think it's really important to teach that because honestly, how I grew up, they didn't teach us that. And when I started working, I was like, oh my God, I have to put in these amount of hours just to get, syempre, pag starting salary, ang liit, diba? So parang, it was hard to learn that. So it's good that you starting early. Speaking of kids, let's go back to your youth a little bit, because a lot of my clients and viewers are in their early 20s. So what things sana you wish you did when you were 20 about your money?
You know,
or not do?
Ako, I think, is being too carefree.
Okay.
You know, parang there's nothing wrong naman with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, parang masaya naman to have fun, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, parang spend your money, especially that wala namang umaasa sa'yo. But I think yung sa akin is the control. I think sana I was a little bit more in control when it comes to my finances. My choices also, parang sana is able to fix that a little bit para hindi siya as overwhelming, especially when we got married and all. But you know, I'm grateful that I'm married to a finance guy.
I know.
Sobrang plus factor siya talaga. But I think yun lang, hindi lang talaga ako masyadong naging visual when it comes to my finances when I was younger. So, technically, wala talagang savings.
Yeah.
But hindi naman din ako nabaon sa utang because I'm scared. Like, I'm super scared. I tried not to have like credit card nung bata ako, nung nagtatrabaho pa ako. Kasi alam ko talaga na mahirap kasi hindi mo siya nakikita. That's why nga, visualization is so important. Credit card is something that is not so visual. Diba? Wala kang nilalabas na pera, hindi mo nakikita, and it's just a small card na parang ang bilis mong iswipe ng iswipe. But mas maganda kasi siya. So like right now, I really appreciate how the ins and outs of my finances. And ang sarap lang ng feeling that now I prioritize savings and investments more than the expenses. Like sometimes pa, nakakatawa, I tell my husband, babe, paano ba to? Parang may gusto akong bilhin. Pero parang kailangan kong mag-declutter or mag-organize ng bahay for 10 hours. Wag na lang.
So now parang alam mo
parang
na yung,
ang hirap tuloy gumastos kasi parang, oh my God, 10 hours akong nag-organize ng bahay just for this? No na lang, wag na lang nating bilhin. So, ang ganda lang na parang somehow I also get to value myself and understand na parang ano lang ba talaga yung important? What are the things that I will welcome in my life that really deserves it?
Just being more mindful, no? Kasi for me, like, I just turned 30 and honestly, when I think about my 20s, I was so careless with my money. Like, that's why I went to you also because parang I don't know where it all went. And honestly, I enjoyed. I don't naman regret like enjoying. But honestly, those 10 years, grabe siguro, lumaki na siguro yung iba kong mga earnings if I just managed it well. So guys, please listen. I know you wanna YOLO and like enjoy life and buy the cutest things on Instagram right now or Shopee. But honestly, listen to us because we've been there and you know, we regret. Somehow we enjoyed, but we regret also because we now know the value of money. So I guess my last question would be, what are your best financial decisions ever?
Best financial decision ever is, of course, understanding what's really available out there based on your situation or your lifestyle. Because truth be told, I don't think about insurance before, but when I had kids, I realized na yun lang pala yung kaya kong i-afford for me to be able to provide what my kids will need in the future. One of the best financial decisions I've made is really to have ourselves insured, like all of us. Why? Because as a mom, you know, parang as much as possible, again, you want everything in control. And there are just two things you can't control in life, and that is accident and loss of life, right? And those two things, parang as much as I want to control it, and for it not to happen, so that my kids will not experience it, with what's happening right now, parang, my goodness, parang paano ko yun pipigilan? And it's good to know as a mom na parang since I have this cushion, it's the best decision. Like I can sleep at night because of it. That's it. And of course, with investments, listening to my husband, realizing the importance of savings, the importance of knowing how your money really works, it's so fulfilling.
Yeah.
Because again, like I said, just like in organizing, once you get to control those things, those aspects in your life, parang you get to shy away na from the other negative or the other negativity or the other factors that really affects you internally, diba? And really focus on, hey, parang medyo, I can zone, I have different zones in my life that I'm actually in control of. And that is, parang a good feeling to have.
So I think in summary, it's really about, of course, finding that system that works for you, and also having that sense of control over your life and your finances so that everything else will follow. So Issa, thank you so much for being on the show today. I know it's a weird time and you allowed us to be here, so I'm really grateful. Can you share with our viewers how they can get your book, Neat Obsessions, and how they could find you as well for your other services?
So you can always check out my social media pages at Neat Obsessions in Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And you can also check out my website, www.neatobsessions.com. For the book, all announcements are in all my social media pages, so you can just check it out where it's available there. So thank you also, Marielle. It's a pleasure having you here at home.
Of course. So there you have it, guys. I hope that you learned a thing or two from Issa about organizing your life and, of course, your finances. And I hope that you're inspired to take action today. So if you'd like to know more about Simply Finance, you can check us out on Instagram at @simplyfinanceph or our website, simplyfinanceph.com, where you can book a free discovery call with me so we could talk about your finances and your concerns and all your questions. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode.